I was at Syracuse for 5 years and entered here at RIT and really didn't know what to expect. The first little bit was a bit of culture shock for me. Coming into here, I knew on paper that there's 1,400 about deaf students here at RIT. But when I walked onto campus, I saw people signing all over the place. They were back and forth. Even hearing students here sign a lot because it's kind of part of the culture, part of the environment that happens here. And so right away I was like, wow, this is a major component of this campus. This is something big going on here. Virtually 90% of deaf people truly don't understand the gospel. To view God as a father is very, very difficult for them, because the stat is that about 85 to 90% of deaf children, as they're growing up, their parents never take the time to learn sign language. Even that parents wouldn't care enough to learn the language of their children just breaks your heart. And to think of God as a father for them is very difficult, because they think a lot of times, he doesn't really care about me, he doesn't really love me, he doesn't really want to be a part of my life. And I totally walked into that going, I am unprepared for what I'm doing. I am totally unprepared for this. The only sign I knew was more. Coming here, that was about it, because that's what we taught our children. When they wanted more food or more milk, we would say more. And that's the only sign I knew. So I walked around campus going, more, more, more. But that was about it. The first party that we had of the year, it was a pizza party. A big group of deaf people were there, and Ozzy was actually one of the ones that was leading this group of deaf people. I remember them all standing around in a circle and playing games, and Ozzy was the one that was organizing them and kind of motivating them. And I looked at Ozzy and I said, that guy's a leader. If there's anybody that catches the vision of what we're about at Campus Crusade, it's Ozzy. He really honestly gets the vision of what we're about. And so we said, we have to incorporate him into our leadership team. And along that same time, I decided, I don't know how I'm going to do this. This is really overwhelming for me, but I have to find a way to disciple Ozzy. The communication barrier can be an issue sometimes, as far as, I think, really understanding what's being said. And so part of that process is that I'll revisit topics over and over again. And we actually just talked about the Spirit-filled life this year again, about a few months ago, and Ozzy said, oh, I get it. And after talking through it about the third time, he said, I actually get what this is all about now. And so that was really a cool thing. And then he went, being Ozzy, he went and he told like 5 of his friends what living a Spirit-filled life is. Ozzy invites people all over the place. It's just who he is. He invites, invites, invites. And so at our weekly meetings, our deaf population has gone from nearly 0 to now we have consistently about 10 or 12 deaf students at our weekly meeting every week who come. Our fall retreat, this past year, we had 10 deaf students go to our fall retreat. And the interesting thing at the end of that fall retreat was that they said, almost to a person around a circle as they were processing their time at the fall retreat, I never knew hearing people could actually love me this much. Hearing people who are Christians are different than hearing people who aren't. Just to have that is worth it all. We had 20 students from RIT go down to Big Break, and 8 of them were deaf. I want to prepare Ozzy for a lifetime of service with God. That's his heart already, and so I want to prepare Ozzy that when he leaves here, he'll be sent out into the world to make an impact for him. He has a passion to go back to Honduras to minister to deaf people there. And I say, go, because I can't do it. And Ozzy can. And so I want him to experience that.